Croeso, shwmai. Welcome along to another Way with Welshman. I'm taking you along on the Heritage Trail around the Vale of Glamorgan. This is section 3 and it starts in Dyffryn, so that's where I am now. At the start at the end of section 2 and the beginning of section 3. So from here we're going to head up towards Barry and then down to Porthkerry Park, and we'll see what historic interest we have along the way. So welcome along. Hello. Away, away. Your friend. Oh, bigger friend over there. Cockmate. Nice farm this is. I said this last time I was here. Calm down. Away. So on section 3 of this walk, from Dyffryn, not a lot happens until you really get to Barry, and more so when you get to Bryn Golf Club, which you can just see maybe in the distance there. And then there's a few old remains there, one of which you can hopefully see from the path these days is the remains of an old village from the 12th century, and by the 1500s there was only 2 houses left, and you can only see those remains now. So it was excavated in the late 90s, in the 1900s, sorry, in the late 1900s. So yeah, until we get to Bryn Golf Club now, it's just lovely farms. You got Dyffryn Springs, fishing lakes, which is always a treat. And hopefully as we go through some of these fields we get a stream. And the last time I was walking this section, I had a nice family of geese, some youngsters there all swimming together, which is quite nice. We'll see what we see now. So yeah, welcome to Bryn Golf Club, as you saw in that drone footage. And behind me is the remains of the 12th century church, Highlight Church, which is part of the Highlight village from the 12th century that only 2 houses remain by the 1500s. So something seriously happened there. This is the church that was serviced. That small community that no longer exists. It's quite nice. It's quite strange being on the golf course with no golfers on, because it's 2021 at the moment, start of the year, and of course we're in lockdown still with COVID-19, so it's good to have it to ourselves for a bit. But as a golfer myself, you're itching to get out. But let's go and see if we can find the remainder of the house and then head into Barry. So the church behind me is only one of two surviving medieval churches in Barry, and this one's Merthyr Dyfan. And it's very small, very quaint, a good example of a medieval church. So yeah, this part was just a little spur off the main route, so we're going to go back to the main route and head down now towards Cwm Woods and onto Porthkerry Park. So just on the final stretch now of section 3. It's gone a lot colder now, so the hat's come on. This is Cwm Woods, known locally as Millwood. That's because there's ruins of an old sawmill that was built as part of the Romney estate back in 1835, so we're going to try and find that. But named Cwm Woods because there's also, towards the end of the woods and the end of this section, there's remains of an old village which was called Cwm, so we'll try and find that now as well. I do enjoy walking through these, so spend a lot of time walking here with the family. It's a lovely little wood. And it goes all the way down then to Porthkerry, which is the start of section 4. Start of section 4. So as I mentioned, I'm in Cwm Wood, heading down to Porthkerry. Now the name Cwm is derived from the name Black Dog, Valley of the Black Dog, and it's given that name because these woods are said to be haunted by this old black dog that walks up and down this path. I've never seen him, but yeah, a bit spooky to say that you've seen a lone black dog and no owner. So as you see behind me, it's the remains of an old sawmill which dates back to the 1835 and was built as part of the Romney estate. So we're going to crack on, carry on down the wood and towards Porthkerry and find the remains of Cwm village. I'm just standing in what would have been a house, one of the houses that stood in Cwm village, just opposite the mill. But you'd easily walk past it with all the foliage just overgrown it. But yeah, it's got the cute little steps coming into the door, and what is the foundation stones that remain. And then they would have built up on top of that, most likely with timber. But look at that. Not a bad place to live. None of these woods would have been here, but you've got the sea just down the road but in the middle, so it would have been a nice working farm. So as we started in section 3 at the back of Dyffryn, we come through Dyffryn Mill, the springs, and then up through all the farmlands, and then towards Bryn Golf Club, which is around here. And then that's where we found our first point of interest, which was the church remains of the Highlight Farm. And then come up through to Barry. We did a little detour to Merthyr Dyffryn, which is the medieval church in Barry, and then back through Barry and Cwm Talwg Woods down here to, which is Cwm Talwg Woods, sorry, and back through a little bit of the housing estate in Barry, and then we come off and we come into Cwm Wood, the haunted Cwm Wood, and F it says where the sawmill is, but it's actually probably further down, closer to the E, and Cwm village is, the remains of it is around there as well. And yeah, and then we're at the end in Porthkerry, and that's where we are now. So this is where section 3 ends, and where this video will end, at the old railway bridge that goes through Porthkerry Park, and you've got Cwm Woods behind me. So for section 4 you start here, and then you go back out of Porthkerry and through Barry, and there's quite lots of bits of interest in Barry and around the Nap area. So that's where the next video will start. But yeah, thanks for sticking around and watching this. I hope you get out and enjoy the Heritage Trail yourself, and get that Heritage Trail book by the Valeways. It's very useful in guiding you along these stunning routes. So I'll see you on the next one. Hwyl fawr.